All right, this is Ian and Kevin here with KISW.com and Metal Shop, here with Corey Taylor of Slipknot. Hello, sir.
Hi. Hi.
It's good to see you, man. Thanks for the time.
Oh, it's all good, man. Thanks for having me.
So along with Mayhem Fest, Slipknot, you guys have crafted your own fest. Not Fest is coming up August 17th and 18th. What was the idea behind Not Fest?
That's something we've been threatening to do for about 10 years, to be honest. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. You know, we had been a part of so many festivals in the past, you know, and we all caught ourselves kind of taking mental notes and comparing notes and whatnot, going, man, if I was doing this, this is what I'd do. You know, that's cool, but, you know, I would expand it like that. And I mean, seriously, the Not Fest idea has been around since, honestly, the Iowa days. So when it came time to, you know, kind of put up or shut up, we were basically ready to go. We had a really good idea of what the concept should be, of what the entire thing should be, and just, you know, what the music should do, you know? So it's basically our idea of the sick, twisted carnival itself, you know? Right. So, and we're really excited about it.
Who's playing?
We are. Surge is going to do a solo set. Deftones are going to be there.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suicidal Tendencies is playing one of the shows. Like, I'm stoked, dude. It's ridiculously cool. It's going to be a lot of fun, you know. I mean, obviously, Lamb of God is slated to play.
Right.
So we'll just kind of see what the next week or so, you know, kind of happens with.
Free Randy.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of messed up what's going. It's very messed up what's going on right now, you know. But you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed, and you know, anything we can do, we'll definitely do it.
Sweet. All right, so you guys are on stage this year with bands like Motorhead, bands like freaking Slayer, bands like Anthrax. Which band are you most excited to play with and kind of just see every day of the next few months or month or so?
I'll be honest, man. The band that has impressed me the most has been Devil Wears Prada. Cool. That band is so good, man. You know, and I'd heard them before, and it was one of the reasons why I was really stoked when we got them on this tour. But to see them, man, there's an energy there that, especially from the singer, that I love seeing that. Just unhinged, just you know, throwing your whole body into every word, man. I mean, that to me is singing, and that's you know singing from the chest, you know, crap like that. So I mean, obviously, got to watch all of Slayer's set the other night, and dude, it was bulletproof. Hopefully I'm not giving anything away. Right. Second song was War Ensemble.
Nice.
Second song was War Ensemble. I'm like, holy God. Like, it was on from Donkey Kong on. It was badass. Motorhead, obviously, sound great. I mean, Lemmy is God.
Lemmy
you know,
is God.
There you go. The band I'm most proud that's on this tour, though, is Anthrax. I mean, me and my wife actually went to bat getting them on there because Worship Music's one of the best albums to come out in the last 5 years.
So
and, you know, being friends with those guys, you know, being a fan of those guys, I really wanted them to be able to get on something that was more high profile than just the big four shows, you know? So we got them on, rest is history, and they're killing it every night on the second stage.
Yeah, headlining too.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, since we got you nailed down here, we're just going to ask, when, if ever, where are we going to hear some new Slipknot material?
It's probably still going to be a couple years, you know, and not because of anything other than just I'm booked for the next 2 years doing Stone Sour stuff. We just wrapped the two Stone Sour albums, and now it's just a matter of getting it mixed, getting everything kind of in order. But you know, we're starting to kind of put some music together here and there. You know, Joey's just a font of ridiculous riffs, and I'm just now kind of starting to delve into it. I've been jotting ideas down the last couple months. Now that my mind is free of the Stone Sour concept, all this stuff kind of come flooded in. And I've definitely got some lyrics that are going to piss off people, which is good, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's we're going to do it right. We're not going to rush anything, and we're going to do it for the right reasons. So I mean, because there's still a lot of hesitation about going into a studio without Paul Diedrich Gray. I mean, he was not only the glue in this band, but just one of the true musical forces of this band. So Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, from day one, it was he and Clown started this band, and it's it's gonna be tentative, but at the same time, we're gonna do it when the time is right. So that's the promise that I've been making to everybody.
All right, so last year was the 10-year anniversary of Iowa, one of my favorite records of the past, 10 years, right? Now, thinking back at the time spent recording that album, what stood out, and why did it why does it still matter?
I think it still matters, just for the fact that the music is so vital, I mean, and I don't mean vital in, you have to listen to this. I mean, but it's vital to the band, I mean, it was our statement at the time. Everyone expected us to do one thing, and we went completely 180 of what they were going to do. Exactly. I mean, they were like, we'd like an album full of Wait and Blitz, if you wouldn't mind.
We need the radio singles.
And we're like, guess what? You get Hell Awaits too, Electric Boogaloo. That's what we're giving you. And, and that was an album it was hard for me to listen to for the longest time, just because whenever I listen to that album, I think of where that album came from, which was a really, really dark spot for us. It was almost like the feedback of Fame at the time, the excesses, the insane behavior. I mean, it was gnarly. It was made in a very gnarly temperature. But I listen to it now, and I can think back on it because of where I'm at with my life. I can think back on it and go, okay, you know what? That's one of the whole reasons that I am the way I am now.
Totally.
And I have a whole new appreciation for the music. I mean, it's such a dark, thick album. I mean, it's like the viscosity of dumpster juice. You're just like, whoa, Jesus, this is a gross album in the best possible way. I'm really proud of it. I mean, and it's got my all-time favorite Slipknot song, Disaster Piece, on it, which is just kick you in the face from moment one to moment end, So, yeah, I think that's why. It's one of the biggest reasons why it stuck around, is because the music is so good, and it was like that. It was just that it was a snapshot in a moment of this band where we let everyone know. It's just like, look, you just need to forget what you think you know about us. Right. You're never gonna get it. So just hang on for dear life.
That's badass.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Your guitarist Jim Root had a burst appendix a few days ago. Some health problems.
No, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Damn.
That's why he's not out, because it burst. It literally burst 2 weeks before he actually went into the hospital.
Wow.
He was finishing guitars for the Stone Sour album, drove himself home from Iowa to Florida with a burst appendix, got home, was there about a day, and then woke up with 102 temperature, and then went to the hospital. And they were like, oh, yeah, you
felt that.
Need to... So he's lucky to be alive. He was literally 24 hours away from being dead. So, yeah, I mean, and, obviously we didn't want to say anything until we knew exactly what the lay of the land was. And that's why it took us so long to do the press release and whatnot. We wanted to make sure it was something that Jim was comfortable with. And for God's sakes, I mean, this band has been through so much, I mean, the last thing we want to do is panic the audience,
Right.
So for us, it was just as scary as it was, for people hearing it, There was a question in there. I apologize. You go ahead.
No, do you guys, obviously he's taking care of himself, right?
Yeah.
Is there you expect him to jump on Mayhem Fest at all before it's said and done, or?
I mean, we're hoping, I mean, the thing is that, with something like that, you can't just jump right in and operate. You have to drain all the toxins and you have to make sure that the person's not septic. You risk toxic shock syndrome. You risk so much infection that it's not worth it.
Right.
No timeline is worth your health.
Yep.
I mean, that's the
Absolutely.
thing that I've learned. We're hoping that he gets a clean bill of health within the next couple of weeks or so. I know he's got a doctor's appointment coming up in a couple of days to kind of just like State of the Union kind of thing. But at the same time, if he misses the tour, he misses the tour. I know he is super bummed to not be out here.
Got to get back 100% though.
Exactly. You know, I mean, there's a point where it's like, I get it. You know, I mean, this is our first American run without Paul. But at the same time, I don't want to come back here without Paul and Jim. You know, fuck that, man. If I can be allowed to say that.
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's gnarly. We're hoping, but you know, at the same time, it's, you know, we're big boys. We'll carry on. We'll do what we can. You know.
All right, so last question. We like to ask a lot of musicians this, but we figured, you know, Corey Taylor from Slipknot, a very scar-centric kind of band, very scarred from the music and the core. If you could name a scar on your body, tell us the story of how you got it, man.
Ooh, Jesus. I got quite a few that are very strange. I'll tell you about this one right here. Actually, I have...
The dogma tattoo.
Yeah, basically. One of the reasons I got this tattoo is to cover... I have 29 pinpoint scars right here where I cut myself up when I was like 18. But I covered them up with that. But this is what I would call my idiotic bonding tattoo that I had. Let me explain. God, it was Ozfest 2001, and we were out with which was a gnarly tour. I mean, that was the Iowa tour for us. Manson was out on that. Drowning Pool, American Head Charge. This was it wasn't that. It was Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. That's what it was, because I for some reason I was like, wait a minute, they're not on that. It was Pledge of Allegiance 2001. Me and Chad, the bass player from American Head Charge, wasted one night, sitting in a parking lot in New Jersey, for Christ's sakes, in Camden, New Jersey. So basically it was Jersey and Philly, all kind of mixed into one. And we're polishing off a Texas Fifth of Jack Daniels. And we're like, and, you know, I mean, obviously those guys being from Minneapolis, we being from, you know, Iowa, we're Midwest boys, very stoked about the fact that we were getting to tour the world and whatnot. And we looked at each other and it's like, oh, let's become blood brothers. Yeah! You know, I mean, just idiots, right? So no, we picked up broken beer bottles in the parking lot. Jesus Christ. Oh, it gets worse. So I give him a tiny little guy, kind of deep, right? I'm like, there you go. He proceeds to basically farm my arm. I mean, he dug in so hard, and he nicked an artery right there, and it just starts going boop, 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 and I'm like,
Tarantino
whoa.
movie.
So then I stand up. I'm already wasted, right? Blood is just coming down. I go and I start signing autographs for the fans. Are you serious? One of our guys, one of the guys on our crew runs up, grabs my arm. He's like, whoa, sticks it up in the air. And I'm like, what? They take me to the hospital, and I spent 5 hours waiting to get 21 stitches.
Damn.
Yeah. This is my Camden, New Jersey scar. Kids, don't be stupid. That's all I'm going to say.
You heard it there. Corey Taylor from Slipknot, headlining Mayhem Festival. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.